Hello, hello, beautiful soul, and welcome back to the Awakening Her podcast. How are you doing today? First things first, how are you? How's the nervous system? Are you hydrated? Are you well rested? Have you been moving your body? Just checking in. Are you eating some veggies, drinking your water, doing all the things? I hope that you are well. And as always, however you are dropping in today, you are absolutely welcome here. So I'm really excited for this episode. And if you are new, if this is one of the first episodes you are listening to, hello. I'm so excited that our paths have crossed, and this is such a good one to drop in on. And for all of you that have been around the block with me for quite a while, thank you for coming back. Thank you for tuning in, for showing up for yourself, for trusting me in your journey. It means so much. So today's episode is really, really important because there comes a time on our path where we realize, and I know you've been going through this, we realize that it's not about doing more. It's a lot about letting go. And letting go isn't just a nice idea. It's not just something that we'll get to when we're finished everything else. Letting go is an actual portal into the life that we deeply desire. Letting go is a massive part of allowing yourself to grow. Ooh, letting go, allowing yourself to grow. There's something in there. A song, a poem, something. Some sort of awesome Talia Joy saying, I don't know, there's something in there. But letting go is truly more of a portal than we realize. And as I'm going to get into in this episode, a lot of us think that taking more steps is the way to get to where we want to go, but we underestimate the power of what we're ready to let go of. And letting go is not a weakness. Letting go is definitely not quitting. I'm not saying to let go of all the goals you have. Letting go is a sacred act of alignment. And as I said, we're in a world where most people think that your next level comes from more action, more pushing, more figuring it out. I mean, look out in the world, right? How to build a business in 10 easy steps and how to do this overnight. And here are the exact steps to lose weight, to do this, to do that. We're always looking out there, some sort of cracking the code, some sort of figuring out some sort of plan. That's often where people are putting their energy. But the real magic, the real expansion comes when we are in some ways wise enough to create space. When we are mature enough to drop the hustle. And I don't mean mature like you're mature, I'm mature. I more mean as we grow, as we evolve, as we ascend, as we raise our consciousness, we realize that when we surrender, when we unclench, when we stop gripping so tightly to what isn't even meant for us, we are able to welcome in the new. Because the truth is, we can't carry the old into the new. We can't carry the old identities, the clutter, the limiting beliefs, the habits. We can't carry all of that old stuff into the new. And sometimes we'll have breakdowns. I'm going to get into that in a minute. But sometimes we will have breakdowns that will show us this truth. Sometimes, we get intuitive hits. We get messages from our spirit team. Maybe something that someone else is saying really kind of hits us. And we go, yeah, I really need to let go, surrender, release, shed, right? And this is where a lot of the magic happens. The emotional breakdowns, the physical symptoms of being exhausted. Sometimes it's financial roadblocks. It can be burnout. It can be friction in relationships or in your career or just feeling like you're not moving forward. These types of things, not all of you are going through that right now, but these types of things will cause a breakdown. And that breakdown isn't here to just break us down and that's it. It's here to reveal. It's here to reveal what is not working. So I will touch on breakdowns in the episode, but whether you're going through that or not, it still comes down to the letting go. Seeing with crystal clear vision what is no longer working, what is no longer aligned. And in this time of letting go, sometimes it's a whisper and sometimes it's a scream. We will hear, let it go, release, heal. And that's because you're ascending. That's because you're on this awakening, self-growth, even manifestation journey. We have to let go of the old because we cannot carry both into the future. And in the space, that's where opportunity arises. That's where creativity flows. when we let go of what's not working and we're in that in between, or we're in the unknown, or we're in the space, that's when our intuition reaches us. That's when the idea comes forward. That's when the well-being can bubble up from inside your life where it can really be felt, is when we've let go of what was taking up the space. We've let go of what is no longer us. So I can't wait to dive into this episode. I know it's going to resonate with you. I know it's going to help you. So let's just dive into it. If you're feeling it, I'm feeling it. Let's go. Take a sip of your water, your tea, your coffee that you maybe forgot about a few times, and let's dive in. Hey, beautiful soul. Welcome to the Awakening Her podcast. I am so grateful that you've been led here, and I'm so excited for you that you're answering the call to manifest more magic in your life. My name is Talia Joy, and I am committed to showing you exactly how to manifest more excitement, ease, success, abundance, confidence, love, and anything else you've been craving. So if you're ready to go on a magical journey of spiritual and self-growth to manifest the life you're meant for, we are now besties. Let's dive in. Okay, so I want to start by talking about the law of subtraction. And it's talked about in other ways, other terms, through spiritual teachings and in self-growth. So I didn't make this up. It's just the term law of subtraction was something that my team gave me. So what it states that your ability to receive is directly correlated with your ability to release. The degree in which you are able to release is the same degree in which you will be able to receive. You can't pour fresh water into a cup that's already full. And if you do, it starts to displace the old, right? You can't bring new dreams into a space that's cluttered with old obligations, outdated beliefs, stale energy, untrue identities. And when I talk about the law of subtraction, I like to use the metaphor of a closet. So if your closet is stuffed with clothes that are from your previous lives, right? They're from 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago. You've changed, you've updated your style. So all of a sudden, while we're imagining this, we all of a sudden also come into a bunch more money. And we want to go buy ourselves a completely new wardrobe, from shoes to bags to accessories, hoodies, shirts, dresses, whatever it is that that your heart desires. You go out and you buy all new clothes. When you come home with all of those new clothes, you will physically have to make room for the new. You will physically have to clear out what no longer resonates to make space for what does. Because if you didn't clear out the old clothes and you just came home and started shoving all your new stuff in with your old stuff, that would not be the vibe you're going for. That's not the updated wardrobe. That's not the new clothes, the new digs, the new style. It's literally just new shoved on old. And it creates clutter. It creates mess. That clutter is overwhelming, overstimulating. And really, you just got to clear out those old things, the things you're never going to wear anymore. Those polyester shirts from a job you had that don't even feel like you. It's time to clear them out so that you can bring in your new clothes. So I want to talk for a second about the 4 layers of letting go, because as much as I'm talking about a closet, this is the same in our whole life. If we want to bring in a new relationship with money, if we want to bring in a new relationship with a human, if we want to do something we've never done, if we want to get healthier than we've ever been, if we want to start, committing to ourselves and our mental well-being or our emotional well-being, we need to clear out what has been stopping us, what gets in the way, what blocks our progress. So the 4 layers of letting go: physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. And we really want to look at these. And so we're going to walk through them. So I'm going to start with the physical. This is the tangible stuff. This is decluttering, unlayering, getting rid of, simplifying your home, your stuff, your schedule, even your physical body, your environment, everything physical. So You can start here if you're not sure where to begin, because for most of us, there's always things here that we can start to declutter. So even first and foremost, decluttering your space. Decluttering your space where you spend time, maybe your bedroom where you rest, maybe your creative space, your meditation space, your office, your shop, your girl cave, your man cave, starting to declutter your environment basically. Decluttering your space creates an energetic ripple. It helps us to physically let go of old stuff, old clothes, old knickknacks, things that we really don't need to be carrying. So I also want to think in our physical life of cutting back on commitments, trimming the fat on what you're doing, saying no to things that aren't a yes, saying no to things that make you just feel overwhelmed, that you don't really want to be doing. This opens portals. It returns time, energy, clarity, life force. So physically, where am I, in obligations that I don't even want to be doing? What am I spending my time doing that has little to no ROI, meaning return, right? Things like being on your phone more than what you feel is healthy. Things, that distract you, things that take you out of your zone. So first of all, physically, decluttering your space, cutting back on commitments, looking at your schedule, and even your body. You can go through a cleansing cycle or drinking a lot more water to help flush out toxins. These types of things help us to let go, help us to declutter, help us to clear out. Next, I want to talk about mental. And this is where a lot of our self-growth and our healing work and all of that comes in as well, where we talk about releasing old stories, releasing the constant loops of I should be, or I'm not doing enough, or it has to look this way, or why am I stuck, or why am I this? These suck our energy. And they're also not what your highest self is wanting you to spend your time thinking about. Be open to creative solutions. Be open to how you're doing a better job than you think. Mentally saying to yourself kind things, releasing the mental patterns that keep you stuck, the loops that keep you feeling stressed. You do not deserve that. You don't deserve the mental clutter, the mental pressure, right? So these mental patterns are subtle, but they create these cages for ourselves. And when we notice them and when we learn to choose again, we start to free ourselves. So we don't fight the mind, we free it. But in this decluttering, in this letting go, what pressures have you been putting on yourself? What mental loops have you been playing that you need to let go of? What you should be, what you should do, what people think of you. It's exhausting, right? So mentally, I want you to start creating some space in your mind, starting to de-stimulate, starting to declutter the thoughts, and really asking yourself, what thoughts come with me into the future, and which ones do I need to let go of? The next area of letting go is emotional. And this is, again, the self-growth, the healing. And this is the layer that asks us to soften our grip. This is about emotionally not carrying what is yours, letting go of the pressures, letting go of trying to keep other people happy, the roles we've outgrown, the beliefs and the emotions around what we're capable of, emotional habits like self-sabotage, guilt, perfectionism. We need to lighten up. Let go of all of the pressure to do it all, to do it right, to do it faster. This emotionally has an impact on us. And this is the layer where we lovingly ask, what version of me am I keeping alive that feels no longer true? What emotional patterns are not serving me anymore? Because they need to be released and integrated and able to free you emotionally. Because where you're headed has big emotions, like excitement and gratitude and bravery. I don't know if that's an emotion, but that, being nervous, being excited, doing big things, feeling peaceful. Emotions, as I say, of gratitude, of joy. And we need to let go of the dense, heavier emotions that are taking up that space. And then the last aspect is the spiritual. And on a soul level, letting go is how we return to ourselves. So we need to start to clear the static, clear the noise, so we can hear the divine, so we can hear our intuition. And this is one beautiful example about how the letting go is more powerful than the steps. When I teach people how to, tune in and develop their gifts and their intuition, it's not about doing more exercises. It's about getting quiet. It's about creating space. It's about inquiring into that deeper part of you, taking a sacred pause, going into nature, taking some breaths to create space to hear your intuition, to create space to allow your truth to come forward. And this is how we evolve. This is how we awaken. This is how we remember who we truly are. Every time we let go of something that's not us, we become more of who we really are. Because who you are is magic and gifts and all these things, but it's also space. It's also the divine. It's also spirit. It's also timelessness. This is your sacred path. And I think of the Eckhart Tolle quote when I think of this. And he says, sometimes letting go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. Isn't that so powerful? Sometimes letting things go is an act of far greater power than defending or hanging on. It's so beautiful. So now that I've gone through these 4 realms, I want to go into the gift of decluttering, the power of decluttering, which is more in that physical, pillar. But decluttering is such a powerful thing. And I know you feel me because you're probably an empath and you get that itch every once in a while to just get rid of all your stuff or, go through the garage or go through the knickknacks or whatever. But decluttering is such a powerful place to start. There are endless things that we pick up, that we gather, that we put down, that we don't even want anymore. It creates overwhelm. So cleaning out your car, cleaning out your medicine cabinet, cleaning out your books, your clothes, everything that you can think of that you're like, I haven't decluttered that in a while. Go for it. At the time of recording, it's spring. It's a beautiful time. I love the seasons, the transitioning of the seasons. It always makes me want to declutter. I even do that in the fall because it's renewing, it's rebirthing, right? So the gift of decluttering is huge. It creates space, and space is synonymous with source. So starting with your physical stuff, the calendar, canceling plans you don't want to do, starting to say no to things that feel like more meh than pleasure, letting go of guilt around taking rest or honoring your needs, unsubscribing from the noise, from the chaos, from the notifications, unsubscribing in your inbox. As you do these things, you start to notice where your true priorities are. When we cancel the plans, when we create some space, when we get rid of the clothes, when we, get rid of what we've been holding on to, our true self starts to emerge. Our true style, our true priorities, they all start to surface. This is when what really matters will start to shine through. And I've realized that recently of just the things I spend my time doing. What feels satisfying, what doesn't. What is, supporting my future and what doesn't. And making space, not being afraid to walk away from things that truly feel draining. We need to have more space for slowness, for joy, for presence. We have to remember what it feels like to be in our lives, not just busy living them. In our lives, taking a second to relax, to enjoy ourselves, even if we don't have the success we want yet, or we don't have the house we want yet, or we don't have the whatever we want yet. Taking time now to be in your life, to create space. That is what true fulfillment and enjoyment of your life really looks like. From that place, from that space of space, that's where our desires can really land. We are receptive. They have room now to flourish. And this is also the place where creative ideas come, where flow happens, where brilliant solutions come from. It's where our spirit can speak to us. The gift of decluttering is huge From your bathroom cupboards to your calendar to taking inventory on your life and just asking yourself, hand on heart, what's gotta go? What is ready to go? So I want to talk for a second before we start to wrap up about how your soul flourishes when we let go. Your soul sees how expansive you truly are. And when we are a human, we start to think like, I am this, like my name is this, I'm left-handed, I'm right-handed, I'm Canadian, I'm American, I'm, an empath, I'm brown hair, blue eyes, brown eyes, whatever. This is sort of how we start to identify as the human. But your soul knows how expansive you are. So as you start to release some of the human stuff, the clutter that keeps us really distracted, we start to align with our soul. We start to align with our higher rhythm. Like if you were in a room, or let's make it even better, in the forest, and you weren't distracted on your phone and you weren't, in a conversation with someone, you were just being, just sitting on a stump or on a log in the forest being. That is when your soul can speak to you. So that same very physical situation is also a metaphor. When we stop cluttering up our life and being overstimulated, our soul can literally speak to us. So your soul's been trying to speak to you, and it has been speaking to you, but often we can't hear it because the world of the 10,000 things is so loud. It's so flashy, right? We're watching a YouTube video and then we're running into an appointment and then we're on a call and then our kids are asking something and we're just going all day, and we're not taking that space to tune in. So we need to be willing to let go of what we've been taught to keep around, really. What we've been taught to believe, what we've been taught to hang on to, the things that we thought gave us safety and security and all this stuff we need to start decluttering. So here's what I want to ask you today and ask you to carry forward. Ask yourself, where am I holding on to things that are no longer mine to carry? What have I outgrown that my soul is asking me to release? Where can I create space in my life? And through that, the number one question, what is ready to go? And remember, letting go isn't the end. It's the beginning. It's not letting go of a goal. It's creating space for something even better. It's not letting go of the goal. It's letting go of the grip. The moment you release what you're not is the same moment that you rise into what you are. So I hope that this has resonated with you today, my love. This is deep. This is big. And even when we think of those very specific things we want to manifest within that area of life, money, success, creativity, love, fulfillment, health, within that area of life, ask yourself, what is ready to let go, or what is ready to be let go of, so that I can step into this goal? Okay, you've got this. I've got you. As always, if you feel called to one-on-one mentorship, or you want to take advantage of anything that's going on, including the retreat in September, check the show notes below. There's always lots in the show notes, including everything that's going on in real time. So with that, have a great day, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. I genuinely hope that it served you. If you feel like you're in the give and back mood, I would be so honored if you left a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you're listening to the podcast. It really does help so much. And if you're looking for books to integrate into your life, to create daily practices, to keep you on your path of self-growth and awakening, you should check out my Amazon store. I've got a few daily practice style books that you can choose from, including Manifest This Shit, which is a coloring and activity book for manifestation. We've got the brand new one called Both Sides, which is a daily practice. And we've also got the bedtime ritual. So you can check out the link for that as well as other things in the show notes below. And I will see you in the next episode.